You are watching Stripped Down Live, Saskatchewan's only 1 hour local music showcase. Is that even true anymore? I don't know. We've been gone for 2 years. It's the show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. I'm your host, Curtis Anderson. We're back for our 12th season. I think we're going to have to work it out. We're going to do math tonight. That's always fun. Ladies and gentlemen, to kick off our 12th season, it's Jarrid Lee.
A parking lot circle full of trucks and cars. We were too young to get in the bars, so we all flipped laps till the sun went down. How could I forget those days? We were stuck in our crazy ways. Y'all didn't need a reason to go out. Tell your friends, and I'll tell mine. We'll meet at the spot. Says after 9, 'cause in a small town, that's our word gets around. In a small town, we're always ready to get down. The fire's blazing, the keg is tapped, and where we're at ain't on the map. Is what it is, a small town. You call the girls and I'll call the boys. We got a mud pit, go grab the toys. No worry inside, we'll grab that tractor too. Got enough pallets till the cows come home. If the cops show up, we'll hit the road, 'cause they don't know about spot number 2. So tell your friends, and I'll tell mine. We'll meet at the spot just after 9, 'cause in a small town, that's our word gets around. In a small town, we're always ready to get down. The fire's blazing, the keg is tapped, and where we're at ain't on the map. It is what it is, a small town. A small town, that's our word gets around. In a small town, we're always ready to get down. The fire's blazing, the keg is tapped, and where we're at ain't on the map. It is what it is, a small town. What it is, a small town. It is what it is. What is it, guys? A small town.
You're watching Stripped Down Live with Jarrid Lee. It's been 26 months. You think we would have come up with a way to properly move the microphone in and out as we transition between interview mode and play mode? I am so giddy right now. 26 months ago, we had our last show in the studio. I thought we were done. I thought the show was dead. I thought we were not coming back. So you're going to have to rein me in tonight. I'm going to be completely scattered, I'll be honest. Welcome to Stripped Down Live.
Perfect. Thanks for actually creating the show. This is huge. Want to give a thanks to everybody that's watching right now for spending your time with us. And that's all we have right now is time, right? So what better place to spend it than right here, right now with Curtis and I on Stripped Down Live.
I just have information overload. I mean, do we talk about the collapse of the industry during COVID? I mean, last time we were here, we had no idea what was about to happen. We did a show and was like, oh, I'll see you in April. April never came. So jump in.
Sure.
Just to cut me off, because I'm just going to ramble. So tell me about Jarrid Lee, and I'll try to steer. myself.
Where do I begin? Like I grew up, I guess, in a small town, and that's what that last song was about, was, you know, small town. So it gives a little bit of an insight as to how I grew up, and there wasn't really too much for us to do other than, you know, get up and work and farm and stuff. But, you know, like flipping laps on Main Street, driving up and down till you ran out of gas, finding a little bit of trouble, and, you know, I talk about it, you know, getting caught by the cops and going to your favorite little party spot. So things like that people can relate to. And pallet parties. What better way to get people together than, you know, go behind co-op and grab a whole bunch of pallets and start a big bonfire, right?
That sounds awesome.
So
Jarrid Lee never went looking for trouble. The trouble found Jarrid Lee.
Yeah, it always, you know, it was around, that kind of stuff.
I just want to say thanks to the crew. I mean, we're back.
Yay.
This is so bizarre to me. Again, I thought it was dead, and here we are. Speaking of here we are, should we go over to the social media correspondent, standing behind the social media desk for the first time in 26 months, ladies and gentlemen, Bryn Kreisa.
Hey.
Welcome back.
What's up?
Thanks.
What's
same
going
to
through
you.
your head as a crew member, as an artist yourself?
It's almost surreal. Like, it's weird, like, talking to people in person again.
Right?
Yeah.
Hearing live music again.
Yeah. Exactly. But no, I'm excited to be back. I'm happy that we persevered and we're back. And there's people already tuning in. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We've got lots of swag from Jarrid here. So tune in, ask questions to Jarrid. There's lots of good things to win. An Earl's gift card.
Big shout out to Earl Saskatoon for coming back on as Strip Down's title sponsor. I believe this is our 12th season.
Sounds right.
We did one show on location after COVID. COVID hit March 2020. We did a Halloween episode on location in the woods that October. And I think we spent the entire hour calling it our 13th season. It was like our 11th season. We weren't even off by one. We were off by two. So I think we're officially kicking off season 12 in May, which is pretty HBO, right? Like, that's pretty current.
I think so.
Back in my day, new shows started in September. But now, you know, May.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, again, big thanks to Earl's Saskatoon stepping up and being the title sponsor. So there's some Earl's gift cards to give out tonight. So where do we go? Song 2, my friend. I want to make sure we have lots of music, just because I need to go breathe into a bag at the commercial break and just calm my nerves. My heart is pounding, my friend. I've been waiting for this moment for 26 months, and we're back. And thank you for sharing the stage with me.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. I mean, I sent you guys a request probably over 2 years ago to be on the show, and it's taken 2 years to get to this point.
That's not my fault. It's not my fault.
We can blame that one on COVID, right?
Right?
So the last 24 months were really difficult.
And
but,
if I'm honest, I mean, worse than COVID has tried to kill the show in the past. But we're on season 12. I mean, it's a lifestyle. It's a feeling. It's never going to go away. As long as there is demand, we are going to keep doing the show. I'm going to settle. I'm settling.
Sounds good.
Song 2, Jarrid Lee.
Song 2 is based on a true story where my cousin just picked up a brand new truck and we went out hunting and mudding, and we got it muddy top to bottom. And there was still a quad on the back, and by the time we pulled up to Cook County Saloon in Edmonton, people were making fun of us. They were calling us hicks and hillbillies, and we get out dressed nice, you know, nice muddy truck top to bottom. We get out dressed like this. We were getting made fun of by these girls, and you know, they were making fun of us. So I called my buddy Joey and I said, Joey, can you get me in? How many people? I said, me and my cousin. So we walked through the line and the girls were still in line. They got mad at us for that. We bought them a few drinks.
A little mud on the way by.
Got mad at us for going through the lineup. And anyway, we got inside and, you know, I bought the girls a few drinks and some shots, and I asked the girl to dance and she couldn't two-step. Like, she was dressed country like this, right? But we call those posers where we're from.
Yeah. She's watching tonight, and she just flipped her living room furniture.
So
getting called out.
The whole point of the song was, you know, I like, you know, my country girls, and that's what the song is called, is Country Girls.
So not only did you dunk on her as you went by her in line, then you went inside and exposed her for not being able to dance and a fraud, and then you wrote a song about her.
And then it doesn't end there, but there was a band playing that night who I knew the drummer, and they asked me to sing a few songs. So while she's looking up at me on stage going like, okay, who in the heck is this guy? Right? That's where anyway, the song's in the story. The story's in the song.
I love it. I love it. All right, let me put your microphone back.
Sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jarrid Lee.
Girls out there, but absolutely love my country girls.
Well, these city girls are crazy. It's driving me insane. When I leave this city, city in my new truck. Yeah, it's pedal to the metal and nowadays I got my windows rolled down and my radio turned up. Well, my cousin's riding shoddy with a quad on the rack. We got no care in the world, we ain't looking back. We're anxious to see just how our night turns out. Well, these city girls, they're all on fire. We'll buy them around just to tweak their desire. Come on, girl, take a dance with me. It's real easy, just follow the beat. Oh my God, you ain't a country girl. Well, my country girl likes to drink and fight. She'll be drinking double spice, rum and coke on ice. She's got her tank top on with those Wranglers and boots. She's the prettiest girl in my hometown. I'll take her to the city just to burn it down. Two-step and line dancing, baby, get them girls in line. Well, these city girls, they're all on fire. We'll buy them around just to tweak their desire. Come on, girl, take a dance with me. It's real easy, just follow the beat. Oh my God, you ain't a country girl. Well, the city girls are crazy. It's driving me insane. When I leave this city, they'll still be on my brain. Well, these city girls, they're all on fire. We'll buy them around just to tweak their desire. Come on, girl, take a dance with me. It's real easy, just follow the beat. Oh my God, you ain't a country girl. Oh my God, you ain't a country girl. 'Cause Lord knows I love my country girls.
Gentlemen, Jarrid Lee. Before we take our first commercial break, I want to give a huge, heartfelt shout out to the crew. We're all back. Jay, Eric, Davis, Dylan, Doug, Marlo, and of course, Bryn. Some of us have been doing this show since 2008. Huh? Everyone else has been doing it since like 2010. It's like family atmosphere. We're all back together again in the same room. And speaking of being back together again, as I mentioned, big shout out to Earl Saskatoon for continuing their commitment to local music here in Saskatoon. They came back as our title sponsor for our 12th season. As well as Earl's, we have Red Swan, Pizza North, E-West Music, and the Hairstyle Inn. And let me tell you, the deal with the Hairstyle Inn gets worse and worse for them every year. I'm pretty happy we don't have that top camera shot anymore like we used to 10 years ago. That being said, we have another 45 minutes with Jarrid Lee coming up after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, Jarrid Lee.
My thoughts are strong, my heart's relentless. One can understand what's all about this. There's no way to explain this feeling. To reach the top and find it's just beginning. One bad mouth can hurt its meaning. It's only just a song so unappealing. Well, that's just the way I feel. like life just got real. I can feel all the energy like a wave crashing over me. It's hard to disengage when life turns the page. No other place I'd rather be than here, up on stage. Here up on stage. My first love, remember that kiss, a feeling of everlasting bliss. It's like jumping off into the deep end. 1,000 cheers, a gift from heaven. All these eyes, they're captivating. It's finally time, I know, to be accepted. Well, that's just the way I feel, like life just got real. I can feel all the energy like a wave crashing over me. It's hard to disengage when life turns the page. No other place I'd rather be than here, up on stage. Here up on stage. Come on, come on, come get me up. Come on, come on, come lift me up. Watch one day, then you will see. No other place I'd rather be than here, up on stage. Here up on stage. Right here up on stage.
You're watching Strip Down live with Jarrid Lee. It is episode 1 of our 12th season, I think we finally decided. How you feeling?
Pretty good.
How much have you been doing since like shows since COVID kind of went away?
It's hard to calculate, but I'm coming up to 300 shows pretty soon here.
Holy
So
cow, so you came
that's-
back strong.
Yeah, that's not in like the whole time, but I mean, since I started a couple of years ago, I'm going on pretty close to show number 300. But to calculate, ever since we got shut down, I played a few shows. Like we played a couple of weddings where people weren't dancing on the dance floor, so it was really weird to see. And the people that were in the same household were only allowed at the same tables. So we played a couple of weddings like that during COVID, but it was really weird.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
People dancing like 6 feet apart.
Yeah,
High school. Yeah.
junior high.
Is it time to talk about albums?
Sure, yeah, we could talk about albums.
It's time.
Yeah.
Which came first?
Up on Stage came first, and the last song, that song went to number 1 on the Canadian Indie Country Countdown.
Oh,
And it
congratulations.
was also number 1 on the Indigiverse channel 165 on Sirius XM.
What was that last song about?
The last song was about people asking me, Jarrid, what does it feel like to be up on stage? And I can't describe that feeling enough. I mean, I use quite a few analogies. It's like jumping off the deep end. It's like your first kiss. It's like a wave crashing over you. There's so many different ways. Like, what does it feel like being on the show? Your heart's racing, right? Like, it's just...
It was when we started tonight, 100%.
So that's what it feels like. That's you up on stage, and that's what that song is about.
Give me the journey to get here.
The journey, it's been difficult.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I ended up doing that as a business project while as a business student. So could you imagine a student that's broke and kind of, I'm going to get a little bit heartfelt, but, I had to go to the food bank. From food bank to coming up with this album, I did it all throughout my business, like the 2 years I was in business school. And that was my final product. And I gave it to my instructor, and he goes, this is a good product. Now how are you going to bring it to market? So all that I needed to learn how to discover, like how to record, how to fundraise, how to save up some money and put it towards, because it's expensive to record. But that was my final final product. And from going to the food bank to where I'm at now, where I can actually have a steak now off of all the music, it was worth it. It was difficult, but it was worth it.
That's amazing. I was reading your bio today, and it seems like you've just been a self-starter, learn as you go from like step one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step one, you got to learn how to at least get started. I got to take the first step in faith and realize that no matter what, you're going to get there.
What was the first step musically for you?
Musically was just following my dad around. And I grew up following my dad's band called County Express around. And that was my introduction into the music world. Although I was kind of around it, I was influenced by pretty well every family member other than my dad too. But that was my introduction. And then I picked up a guitar at the age of 12. And my dad goes, "Here, play." I didn't know a note from a hole in the ground, but I figured it out. And I want to give thanks to my cousin Miles. May the 4th be with you. Today is the 4th of May, so a little Star Wars. That's our little inside joke. But he taught me how to read tablature.
Really?
So I went and grabbed the tablature book. I got Metallica Load, then I grabbed the CD, put 1 and 2 together, and I started learning how to play guitar like that.
If you didn't come from a musical family, musical background, do you think you would have gravitated towards this industry regardless?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
I got to ask you tough questions. Before we started, we were talking about what you did during COVID, and you're like, well, I kind of did this. I had a show where I interviewed other musicians, and I asked them, like really good questions no one else did. I was like, oh, thanks for the no pressure there. So
I think I would have still been involved in music, yes, one way or another. Without the musical influence through my family, I've always been listening to music, singing along, humming music, even like we were talking about movies, like memorizing whole movies, like movie quotes, right? Like, I may not be a very smart man, but I do know what love is. So we can go off movie quotes. Total nerd, by the way.
We'll see if we can do the rest of the show in movie quotes. Army of Darkness was awesome. When you came in and started quoting Army of Darkness, I was like, we were going to have a fun hour.
Klaatu, Brata,
Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. So good. Obviously, support from your family probably played a big part in the journey to get this up and running as well.
Yeah. So we did some fundraising for it. Like I said, like we sold squares. Every show that I played, I would put like at least $100 or $200 away to make sure that I had enough money to record. And it was all, friends, family. A lot of shows that I played in the last couple of years, and that's where all the money went towards, is that album right there. So that one was so hard to get off the ground. But the one up on stage, it was worth it. Absolutely 100% worth it, because that's where its time came from. And this one was hard to make, but it was well worth it.
After the next break, we'll talk about the follow-up album, It's Time. But is this like the baby? Are you ever going to get a feeling that matches this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You talked about how it's always feels like diving into the deep end in your first kiss. Is this like, did this set the bar?
That's the baby. That's like, a little bit of stories of how I grew up in a small town, country girls, what it feels like to be up on stage. There's a whole bunch of good songs on there, Glass of Wine, and also an old tale from where I grew up about this bedin' devil. So a guy walks into a bar, buys some people some drinks, and fatal accident that night. The bar burnt down, a lot of weird stuff happened, and people said they saw hoofs and they saw a tail slam the door shut. So that's actually going to be there's going to be a movie made about that as well.
That's phenomenal. Before we get to song number 4, let's throw it over to social media correspondent once again, the lovely Bryn Kreisa. Bryn,
Hey,
how's it going?
it's going well.
Are we ready to give some stuff away yet?
Giveaway.
We're getting there.
Okay.
There was one question that came in on Instagram, but you happened to answer it through your conversation.
Well, ask it again. I don't want them to feel that.
I don't know what the question is.
Maybe he'll give a different answer.
Possibly. Jarrid, how old were you when you started playing guitar?
I know this. He's
I was 12.
12.
Yeah. Well, there we go. We've got, I think you've got some friends and family tuning in. Ryan is commenting here. Maybe he was one of those fellows with you on that dirty truck story. He's reminiscing here. But yeah, no, lots of people tuning in. No one's asking questions yet, so please ask questions.
By all means, yeah, be
Show
interactive.
off some merch. We're giving away stuff.
Look at all this swag you can win. Hat, CD, we got guitar picks, we got a keychain, we got a pop socket.
And those guitar picks, my friend?
Guitar picks came all the way from the Grand Ole Opry. So we got back from Nashville at the end of January, beginning of February, and we picked up some picks, a whole bunch of merchandise. So whoever asks a question live right now, doesn't matter what kind of question it is, we got some merch for you. So there you go, interactive. Come on, you guys, let's get to this.
Awesome. Well, let's get to song number 4 before our next commercial break.
Sounds good.
What do you have?
That's the title track off the second album, It's Time. Has a lot to do with, you know, the impacts of residential school and how its lasting effect has affected my people here in Canada. And it's a very difficult topic to talk about, let alone sing about. So the inspiration from this song came from the Saskatoon Regional Psychiatric Center. And my wife used to work there, and she got me to play some music there, and I found that everyone there had all the same thing in common. They all had some sort of pain. And through that pain, that's what brought them to where they were at. So this song is going out to anybody who's ever survived the residential school, me being a first-generation survivor. My mom actually survived the residential school. And to a brighter future, because it is a tough topic and it is a very dark chapter in our history. But needless to say, it needs to get told. And this song actually got picked up by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada. So Willie Littlechild picked it up, and it's going to be featured in 69 different countries around the world as a symbol for hope. So this one's called It's Time.
People have been broken, people have been shamed, and others tried to conquer us and did it in His name. So how did that work out for you? And who's the one to blame? One day we all answer to the one who calls our name. There's a brighter day coming down the road, so take all the time you need to heal your soul. My people will be sleeping for 100 years. An artist will wake you up to dry those tears. It's time, it's time, it's time. The circle has been broken, the circle has been changed. To kill the Indian in the child, they must have been deranged. Why couldn't they just leave things be? A way of life unchanged, like a racing river to the sea. It can all be rearranged. There's a brighter day coming down the road, so take all the time you need to heal your soul. My people will be sleeping for 100 years. An artist will wake you up to dry those tears. It's time, it's time, oh it's time. Oh, leave me be. Why can't you see what's best for me is my family? There's a brighter day coming down the road, so take all the time you need to heal your soul. My people will be sleeping for 100 years. An artist will wake you up to dry those tears. It's time, it's time, it's time, it's time, it's time, it's time, oh it's time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jarrid Lee.
Hey there, girlie, yeah, you new in town. Can I please ask your name? I'm not the kind to come on strong, that just ain't my game. Would it be okay if I could sit a while and buy you a drink? I'd like to get to know you, girl, so tell me what you think. Well, I lost all track of time. I got lost in those baby blues. Let's hop in my truck and get out of here. We've nothing left to lose. It's 20 for a tank of gas and 20 for a case. We can watch the stars with the tailgate down at my favorite place. It's down by the waterside. I couldn't look by your side. This feels so right. I worked so hard for just one kiss, even though it took all night. With two little girls and one more on the way. Babe, they look like you. Looking back at how time flies, I'm glad I met you, boo. So go on, put on that dress I like and those dancing shoes. The sitter's on their way right now. We've nothing left to lose. It's ready for a tank of gas and 20 for a case. We can watch the stars with the tailgate down at our favorite place. It's down by the waterside. I couldn't look by your side. This feels so right. She works so hard for just one kiss, even though it took all night. All night. Grandpa, can I borrow 40 bucks? I swear I'll pay you back. I asked them what they need that for, and this was her answer back. Well, it's 20 for a tank of gas and 20 for a case. We can watch the stars with the tailgate down at your favorite place. Down by the waterside, I couldn't look by your side. This feels so right. They work so hard for just one kiss, even though it took all night. All night. All night.
You're watching Strip Down with Jarrid Lee. Really quickly, song number 4, 5, 5.
Yeah, we're on 5.
What was song number 5 about, sir? Before we throw it back over to Bryn, because we got questions.
Yeah.
We got questions, but first tell us about song number 5.
That one was written for a friend I grew up with. Her name is Dawn, and she unfortunately lost her husband to cancer. So that was kind of like their story of how they met, how their life was going, and how life could have been if Joelle survived. So I'm doing a little campaign on that one where every November, whatever the sales go for that song, even the fundraising, goes towards men's cancer awareness. And Movember, gotta grow the Movember, right?
Nice. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, back over to social media correspondent, Miss Bryn Kreisa. Bryn, we teased the people, we dangled the carrots.
Yeah.
We're giving away hats, we're giving away Earl's Bucks, we're giving away CDs, we're giving away picks from the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, we've got so much going on. Amanda said, "It's time always gets me in the feelers. Great job as always, Jarrid." And that was a beautiful song,
Thank you.
I want to say. Ryan is saying, "The night on the airstrip in Conklin, Alberta, best live Jarrid Lee concert ever."
Nobody talks about that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well,
Oh, yeah, bring
Ryan's
it up.
talking about it.
we played on an airstrip in Conklin, and
Oh.
that was a cool concert. It was kind of like I brought a guitar, and I was working in camp, and there was a ball tournament going on at the time. So it just so happened that I was less than a kilometer away, and I heard the music. So I'm like, picked up my guitar, walked over, free concert.
Oh, cool. That's a cool story.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a couple questions. Martina asks, as a songwriter, do you have a favorite to play just for you and may never release?
A favorite song that I wrote, yeah. There's some songs that I wrote in my earlier years that I won't release. One of the hardest songs I ever wrote was for my son. I left him when he was 10 months old, and it was such a heartbreaking thing for me to do. Like as a father, it was hard for me to leave my son at 10 months old. So he's all grown up now. He's going to be 14 in June, and that song it's never going to be released. It's going to be too hard for me. So that's a tough song for me.
Yeah. No, that's understandable. And the other question is from Sheila. She asked, what are your musical influences?
Anything that sounds good, to be honest. Like right from, Bach, Beethoven. It's not always about country. It's about rock. It's about songwriters. It could be folk. It could be blues. It could be anything worldly, like even techno. I flip the music channels all the time, and I listen for something that catches my ear. And if there's a melody in there, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So musical influences are pretty well worldly. Wherever I can listen to music is whatever's going to inspire me.
Yeah, no, that's neat. That's how you keep your music unique and original, grabbing influences from all over. So I think we can give away some swag.
Do it.
Yeah, I think Sheila can get this Earl's gift card because she was the first one to ask a question.
Okay, sweet.
Thanks, Sheila.
Thanks, Sheila. And maybe, how about a hat?
Yeah,
I think that's a
throw in
good
that.
combo. And I'd like to give Martina this It's Time CD and the rest of the swag here. We got the pop socket, keychain, and a couple guitar picks.
If no one claims the pop socket, I might actually take that. I need one. But great transition, Bryn, into this album. It's time. Talk about this for a second before we get to song number 6. Co-creator of Strip Down walked by Mr. Jay Neufeld and really liked the album cover.
Yep.
And then you told him the story, and I was like, save it for TV.
Don't ask me any more questions
Right?
before the show.
Jay trying to take my job.
So the album cover itself is on one side, I'm dressed in a business suit, and on the other side is traditional grass dance outfit, and that's me having to walk into both worlds at the same time, being an Indigenous male in a business world, and also I have to honor my ancestors. And we got a story. It's more of like how would I say it? But the Northern Lights. That's where we know our ancestors are dancing and they're watching over us. So that's the name of my record label also. And on the very back, there's a picture of a girl, and she's walking down a dirt road, and she's got a flag in her hands, and it says, "Every child matters." So that was taken during Orange Shirt Day, and it was taken in Big River First Nation. And got six amazing songs on that album, but the album cover itself was kind of hard to make, very unique. I had to take the same picture twice in 2 different outfits. So could you imagine having to stitch that and make the same face?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It jumps out at you, though.
So there you go.
So in a perfect world, your next song before our last commercial break is from this album. Did it line up, or did I completely blow that?
No, that's perfect. So
Yeah.
the next song is called Good Man Down. It's the second song off the album. I talk a little bit about having to listen to other people, and there's nothing wrong with listening to other people, but when people say things like, you should do this, you should do that, I've always done what I was told. But now that I'm, getting into music, I'm doing what I want to do. So I have a little bit of a premonition about going down to Nashville. So you're going to hear that premonition in this song. And it was so weird. I was listening to this song while I was on the plane going down to Nashville, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks, being like, whoa, I wrote about this and it's coming true. So it's almost like the law of attraction. So you guys, hope you like this one. This one's called Good Man Down.
Damn, it seems I can't catch a break. Always behind and sometimes late. When will this life just turn around? God help me for mercy's sake. to get on track and never late. You just can't keep a good man down. I've said all my prayers at night. I'm grateful for that morning light. I gotta get me out this one-horse town. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. I'll laugh and tell them maybe you all should just settle down. They tell me I'm a fool who should have stayed in school. They're trying to keep a good man down. You can't keep a good man down. I never knew my life would change from cloudy skies to sunny days. Now I'm glad I've been found. It all started with just one call that would change it all. Now I'm on a plane and I'm Nashville bound. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. I'll laugh and tell them maybe you all should just settle down. They tell me I'm a fool who should have stayed in school. They're trying to keep a good man down. You can't keep a good man down. You can't keep a good man down. Nobody thinks I'm crazy. I'll laugh and tell them maybe you all should just stick around. You can't keep a good man down. You can't keep a good man down. You can't keep a good man down. No, no. No. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jarrid Lee.
We loaded up in the driveway, hit that 6th-string cowboy highway. I swear sometimes we don't know where we are. From the corner bars to the fairgrounds, from the city lights down to your towns. Without you there, we wouldn't have come this far. 'Cause you are the prayer that followed me down the road, all the love that came up from the seeds you'd sowed, the strength to keep on going when I fell off track. I just wanna take a minute and give it all back. I feel you in these stage lights. I'm singing yours in my life. I'm trying to give you a hit from the soul guitar. 'Cause you are the prayer that followed me down the road, all the love that came up from the seeds you'd sowed, the strength to keep on going when I fell off track. I just want to take a minute and give it all back. raise 'em up to the sky, singing, whoa, whoa, puts a tear in my eye, you know, you're the prayer that followed me down the road, all the love that came up from the seeds you sowed, the strength to keep on going when I fell off track. You're the prayer that followed me down the road, all the love that came up from the seeds you sowed, the strength to keep on going when I fell off track. I just wanna take a minute and give it all back. Give it all back. Give it all back.
We are almost out of time with Jarrid Lee on the first episode of Strip Down Live's 12th season. Have a seat, sir. We got one more question coming in. We're going to throw it over to Bryn in a second, but yeah, we're almost out of time. So do you want to talk about the last couple songs? You went full on rock.
Yeah, that was
Full on rock.
That was a song that was co-written by a buddy of mine called Bill DeLuigi down in Nashville. Like when I went down there, I got to co-write with a few different people, and these guys are amazing. They can put to words and paper what I can't in seconds or in like minutes, and they're amazing at what they do. That's why some of the best songwriters are actually down in Nashville right now. So that song was just to give thanks to everybody who's actually ever helped me out in this lifetime, whether it's a like, a share, a comment, you know, financials, anything, and even a referral like that, you know, all of that adds up to something. So I just want to thank even the prayers from getting from point A to point B, for making what we do a success. So it takes a lot of effort to get us from point A to point B. So everyone that's ever helped me out one way, shape, or form, I just want to thank you. So that's me giving it all back to you. I
have to say, this show has come full circle. Like when I imagined this show back in 2007, it's artists like this. I was like, I'm not just saying that. It's like, you know, the conversation, the vocal, the one guitar, you know, the intimacy. And it got away from us for a few years there. We had like Bass Invaders on here, which is like 11 people. And we had to hit the reset button, and we came back and we're live. And speaking of live, Bryn Kreisa, we got one more question.
Yeah, Amanda asked this question. It's a good question. That's why I wanted to come back on and ask it. So Amanda asks, besides your love for music and sharing your stories using your voice, what is one thing that you'd like the world to know about you?
Oh, I grew up playing hockey. Since I was 2 years old, I've been on the ice. So people don't know I play hockey, but ever since I was 2, I played, you know, highest level I think I got was when I was 14, I played Team Canada. It wasn't like the actual Team Canada, but getting to represent your country in like Germany, Austria, and Czech Republic. So that's something not very many people know about me, is that, you know, I grew up playing hockey and I still play hockey to this day, and I absolutely love the game.
Yeah, what position? Goalie?
Center.
Center, nice.
Absolutely
of course.
center.
Of course, center. Really quickly before we say goodbye and run through our sponsors who came back for our 12th season, what's the next chance to see Jarrid Lee live?
Jarrid Lee live, I'm actually playing quite a few events locally in Western Canada. Trying to set up a tour with me and another Canadian country music artist. But if you guys are going to be in Edmonton, you know, in July, opening up for a big name there. Can't say it yet until it's actually confirmed.
Uh-oh.
So she's an icon in the country music. I opened up for her before. For those of you that know what's
going on.
Do your research. So I'm not going to give it away. But if you guys go into jarridlee.com, you'll find all my music and all my shows. I got a whole list of events that are coming up in right till the end of the year until about September. So there you go.
Jarrid Lee, thank you so much for helping me tear this Band-Aid off tonight. I was nervous for tonight. I'm not lying. It's been 2 years. I was like, am I gonna bomb tonight? Do I still know how to interview people and have conversations? You made it easy.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, for kicking off our 12th season. Also, huge thanks to our title sponsor, Earls Saskatoon, for returning for our 12th season. Go support Earls, people. Go support Earls Saskatoon. Tell them Strip Down Live sent you. Only a few people know what you're talking about, but just show up and be like, Strip Down Live! Just start yelling that around Earls. They'll appreciate it. And of course, Red Swan Pizza North, E-West Music, and Hairstyle Inn. And if you want to see classic shows during COVID, I've been uploading them onto a MerMoose Media YouTube page. That's the one that's got all the seasons of Strip Down. I'm up to season 4. Good times. All right, you ready to end this?
Let's go.
Where do people go for more? You mentioned JarridLee.com.
JarridLee.com. It's
Okay.
got all of my social media on there. But if you go to the website, it actually funnels down to everything from like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Christian Mingle, I deleted that. Married now. Sorry.
Okay.
As a
Sorry,
joke.
folks.
As a joke.
We just lost half our viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time tonight,
All right.
it's JarridLee. Thank you so much, sir.
Right, so this last song was co-written by Dustin James down in Nashville, so we're going to do this one fairly quickly, but this one's dedicated to my wife, Marcella. I thought my life was over, I was only 16. The day I hurt and I got cut, I didn't make the honky tape. I spent all summer slapping pucks against our barn. I still remember the way it felt when I slipped that jersey on. I don't back down and I don't quit. God gave me more grit than sense. If there's a will, there's a way, and that's just how I was raised. When I found something that I want, I dig in and I hold on. I might give out, but I don't back down. First time I met you with your friends at the bar, you were way out of my league and playing it hard. I think I asked you out for 6 weeks straight. Look at you standing here next to me today. I don't back down and I don't quit. God gave me more grit than sense. If there's a will, there's a way, and that's just how I was raised. When I found something that I want, I dig in and I hold on. I might give out, but I don't back down. So drop that bag and tell that cab to hit the road. 'Cause what we got's worth fighting for. In case you didn't know, I don't back down, I don't quit. God gave me more grit than sense. If there's a will, there's a way, and that's just how I was raised. And I found something that I want, I dig in and I hold on. I might give out, but I don't back down. I don't back down. Don't back down.